The Brookings School District and our corporate sponsor, First Bank and Trust, and tonight's game sponsor, Basic Dental, welcome you to David J. Dykehouse Stadium and Bobcat football. As guests of SDSU and this stadium, we ask that you please show respect to the facility, players, coaches, officials, and everyone in attendance. This contest is being conducted by the administration of Brookings High School under the guidance and regulation of the South Dakota High School Activities Association for the enjoyment and educational benefit of high school students. We ask all in attendance to please take a moment for tonight's First Bank and Trust sportsmanship message. There is nothing like high school sports, the rivalries, tight finishes, loud stadiums, and lifetime memories. We are all in this together. Let's be a positive part of a great game tonight. You don't have to be great at sports to have great sportsmanship. Please be positive in your cheering for the players. Respect those around you. Support our officials and coaches. Be fun to play with or sit next to, and be a good role model. Have fun and enjoy the game. Ladies and gentlemen, we now ask that you join us as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem by the Brookings High School Band under the direction of Mr. Isaac McMahon. As a reminder, proper respect for the flag is to remove your hats, stand at attention, and place your right hand over your heart. Active and retired military personnel may salute and show proper respect to the flag. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. Now, ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Let's meet the teams with our Vera Orthopedics starting lineups. First up, your Bobcat cheerleaders. Lucy Santa, Katie Marshall, Kate Struck, Bailey Tadori, Layla Erickson, Candy Erickson, Brooklyn Barris, Kelly Wanning, Logan Riegel, Nija Kulo, Tiana Clemens, Holly Kuchenmeister, and head coach Hannah Simmonsman. Now here is the starting defensive lineup for the Roosevelt Rough Riders. At defensive end, number 56, a junior, Katie Gilbertson. At nose, number 78, a sophomore, Milton Washajizik. At defensive end, number 99, a senior, Tegan Jungin. At linebacker, number 44, a junior, Turner O'Brien. At linebacker, number 21, a sophomore, Aiden Whitten. At linebacker, number 24, a sophomore, Brett Steele. At corner, 7, a sophomore, Elijah Smith. At safety, number 5, a sophomore, Carson Breitenbach. At safety, number 3, a senior, Tucker DeHaan. At safety, number 23, a junior, Eli Legg. And at corner, number 2, a junior, Hayden Lucian. Sioux Falls Roosevelt is coached by Brother Shepherd, Spencer Curtis, Kevin Mack, Brian Gore, Ross Peterson, Jim Buehner, Seth Randall, Drew Van Regenhofer, John Farrell, Stanley Green, Tyus Hansen, Brad Pinsky, Carson Wilson, and head coach Jason Stallberg. And now, here are your Brookings Bobcat stars. On the opposite side of the ball, we have defensive end, a senior, number 7, Blake Kingan. At left guard, a senior, Brady Caraway. Center, a senior, Dylan Reynolds. At right guard, a senior, Michael Nelson. At right tackle, a senior, number 70, Carson Moore.
At tight end, a senior, number 10, your homecoming king, Bergen Tatzlaff. At fullback, a senior, number 22, Jay Harris. At running back, senior, number 4, Gus Armenta. At wide receiver, junior, number 19, Kingston Schneider. At wide receiver, a junior, number 14, Ezra Idom. And your quarterback, a senior, number 11, Gavin Anderson. The Bobcats are coached by Cole Ratterman, Tyler Schneider, Connor Landberg, Darren Moore, Brandon Lampy, Austin Koenig, Cole McEwen, Jim Van Wyman, Gus Miller, Carson Dugan, and your head coach, Mr. Carter Gordon. And finally, tonight's contest are our referee, Brian Wetham, head linesman, Rusty Keith, umpire Brian Young, back judge Richie Hutchinson, and line judge Kevin Deinert.
Senior. And that is your introduction of the starting offensive lineman, brought to you by Back Alley Meats. Where's the beef? Brought to you by Back Alley Meats. The rest of the starting lineup, Gavin Anderson, the quarterback. Number 11, a 6', 180-pound senior. Gus Armenta is I think I've got it wrong here, so I've got to look over here. 5'11", 165-pound junior. One of the One of the running backs, no, he's 5'10", 185-pound senior, excuse me. Jay Harris, the other running back, a 6'4", 205-pound senior, number 22. And one of the wide receivers, Ezra Idem, is 5'11", 165-pound junior. Kingston Schneider, the other wide receiver, a 5'11", 160-pound junior. Bergen Tetzloff, tight end, 6'5", 234-pound senior. And I believe that is everyone. That's your starting lineup. Again, the starting offensive line brought to you by Back Alley Meats for Where's the Beef. And did you pay attention to the coin flip there, Alec? I did not.
I did not. I was admiring the crowd. Just a great crowd.
That's a great crowd.
Great crowd. And again, homecoming, beautiful weather for late September. So no, I did not see. I was not paying attention. It looks like Brookings is going to receive.
Going to get the ball. And they'll be going right to left from our vantage point here, wearing their black uniforms, white letters, and their red helmets. Their black jerseys with the white numbers and letters, all black pants, red helmets with the white number on the right side and the Bobcat claw mark on the left. And Roosevelt in their away white uniforms with maroon numbers and striping. And their maroon helmets with the gold Rough Riders logo on each side of their helmets. And teeing it up and just about to kick it left to right is number 43, Carter Meckelberg. Teed up on the 40, he's backed up all the way to the 30, straight away approach, high, deep kick, taken at the 8-yard line by the Bobcats out across the 20, and the returner was Ben Schulte back after being injured, and he's hit and driven back inside the 20, but they'll give him forward progress to the 23, about a 15-yard return on the kick. Bobcats will have the ball, their first offensive possession of the ball game. So 11:53 to go, just underway here. I want to say thanks to Pepsi, sponsor here of sports on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. We'll take a look at the temp of the game here momentarily after this first play by the Bobcats offense. Anderson in the gun, too wide to the left side, hands it off to Armenta. Finding room, he bounces it outside. He's out across the 30 to the 31-yard line, a gain of 8 on first down. Gus Armenta. Last week, the workhorse, 27 rushes, 114 yards on the ground. So the temp of the game brought to you by Active Heating. 83 degrees right now, feels like 79. It's at the start of our game here. Temp of the game brought to you by Active Heating. In the gun, handoff to Armenta again. He's got a little room again, bouncing, pinballing, and now struggling forward for a gain of 3, maybe 4. They're going to put him on the 35. That would give him 4 yards. And a fresh set of downs for the Bobcats. So they move the sticks and have it 1st and 10 on the 35. Left hash is where the ball is placed. Bobcats coming off that tough loss last week at Pier. Every game this year has been really just a tough slog for the Bobcats.
Yes, super close. And like Coach Gordon said too in that interview, they had more yards, had more time of possession. Really, it just came down to that one play, the blocked punt that cost them. But yeah, he said
snap.
The snap, yeah.
On the punt, yeah.
So it was one of those things that just a bad play, unfortunately, kind of cost them that game. So again, wants to control the game just like they did last week here tonight, and obviously limit those turnovers.
Anderson running to his right, finds his man. That's Idem across the 45. Now he's out across midfield, across the 40, 45, the 35 rather, and down near the 30 they're going to mark him at the 30-yard line. 35-yard gain, and we've got a flag back near the 45-yard line. This one looks like it's coming back. Bobcats have a big play, but they're going to shoot themselves in the foot here and bring it back. With the crowd getting into it, they thought the Bobcats were going to be knocking on the door there momentarily.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Number 10 was covered up on the play. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
So a legal man downfield. So it'll be 1st and 15. Ball back on the 30. They've got to get to the 45. Their own 45 to the Bobcats. 4 wide, 3 to the far side of the field. for Anderson in the gun. Back to pass, looking over the middle, winds, goes deep, and it's picked off. Taken the other way, taken down at midfield. The interceptor was number 22, Eli Legg for Roosevelt, and the Rough Riders get the turnover. So the Bobcats look like they had a momentum play in their favor, commit the penalty, get moved back, and then throw an interception on the next play.
Yeah, and Bergen was open on that post, but I just don't think
Illegal
Anderson obviously
formation
saw Legg sitting
on
there.
the offense.
And again,
5 guys in
turnovers.
the backfield.
Roosevelt, their
Penalties
coach also
decline.
had mentioned they've
First
had
down,
some
Sioux
games
Falls,
where they had too
Roosevelt.
many turnovers and they just take themselves out of the game. So good for them to start the game with a turnover by themselves to start the game.
You heard Coach Stahlberg in the pregame interview there talking about the defense, saying that's where we have most of our confidence. That's where they have more seniors. They've got senior leadership on that side of the ball, and it pays dividends on the first possession. Wesley Workmeister in the pistol, 4 wide, 2 to either side, and a running back behind him. Man in motion now from the right to the left, the slot man, but now we're going to get a procedure penalty against the Rough Riders.
False start on the offense. Number 56. 5-yard penalty. First down.
False start. Moving back 5. Both teams with a couple of penalties on offense to start their drives. 9:54 to go here. First quarter. Want to say thanks to Right Angle Construction for being a sponsor of high school sports here. Same set. Fake the handoff. Option right. Keeping it as the quarterback, Workmeister. And he'll be about 2 yards shy of the original line of scrimmage. A gain of about 3 to the 49. So it'll be 2nd and 12 coming up here. A lot of movement there. Good job by the Bobcats defense staying home. That was one of the keys you heard Coach Gordon talking about in the pregame interview as well on D. They've got to make sure that they're staying home on defense and doing their job, and they did there. Workmeister in the pistol. 2 wide to the near side to his right and an H-back, and he's going to hand it off to Jaden Hansen. Finds a little bit of room. Picks up about 3, which will bring up 3rd and long, 3rd and about 9. Job by Jaden Hansen finding a little room, picking for some yards. So 3rd and 9 coming up. Ball in Bobcats territory once again at the 48. You've got to get to the 39. Four wide, 2 to either side for Workmeister in the pistol. And the ball's on the turf. Bad snap, or he didn't just mishandled it, but it goes onto the turf and he has to fall on it back at the 50-yard line. So it's a loss of a couple. It'll bring up 4th and about 11 at midfield. So the Bobcats get off the field. I believe the carry on the first handoff by the Rough Riders was Xander Winter, number 18. I think I said Jaden Hansen had the carry, but it was Xander Winter. So now the punter comes out for the Rough Riders. Is Navate Peltier-Smith. Kicks it from about the 40. And it's going to be a low, short kick, but it takes a good Rough Riders bounce across the 20, inside the 15, now inside the 10, down to about the 7-yard line. 43-yard punt. And it was much shorter than that on the bounce, but took a good, fortuitous Rough Riders bounce. So the Bobcats deep in their own territory. 1st and 10 on their own 7-yard line. The Bobcats band has been struck up. I wonder what they've got planned for halftime. I bet it's going to be awesome.
Something incredible, like always.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to say thanks to Bose Construction for being a sponsor here. 2 wide to the far side of the field to the right of Anderson. He's in the pistol with Armenta to his right and an H-back to the left. He hands off to Armenta, who's got some room around the edge, but it's closed quickly. Looked like he had room, and then all of a sudden, several Rough Riders defenders came up and gang tackled him. And the first one there was number 44, Turner O'Brien, coming from his linebacker spot. So it'll be 2nd and 10. They closed quickly.
They did, and again, a couple weeks ago when Aberdeen was here too, you think back to Armenta that first half, just wasn't getting a lot going, struggled a little bit, but still Brookings loves to give it to him. He's such a workhorse, so didn't get a lot there, but just expect a lot more carries from him tonight.
Pistol set, 4 wide. Running out to his right now is Anderson. Going to tuck it and run, try to get the first down, lowers his shoulder, and I believe got enough. May have gotten just to the line to gain. And they're going to move the sticks. On 2nd and 10, Gavin Anderson gets 10 yards and gets the fresh set for the Bobcats. Well, now they put the ball out on the 17. Yeah, that's right. Sorry, I thought they'd moved it, but that would have been right. So right at where he needed to get the tip of the ball on the 17, and they were at the 7. 2 wide to the near side. Gun for Anderson. Running back Armenta to his left. H-back Harris to his right. Handoff to Armenta right up the middle, but taken down immediately there. Number 99, Taven Youngin. Also number 58, Nathaniel Kassay. Or Nathaniel Kassay, I believe is what it's supposed to be. I think it's wrong in the program. So 2 wide to the far side for Anderson. Waiting the snap, 2 backs in the backfield with him, 1 beside, 1 behind. And on the handoff, it's mishandled. Jay Harris falls on top of it. So it'll be a fumble, but the Bobcats get it back, but it's a loss. Both offenses not helping themselves here early.
Struggling. I don't know if it's the homecoming nerves or what, but yeah, interceptions, some fumbles, some bad snaps. Hopefully it's just something they're trying to get out of their system. But yeah, Brookings also not helping themselves at all here on their second possession with the ball.
After the loss of 1 on the first down, loss of 3 on second down, brings up 3rd and 14. And they'll go 4 wide, 3 to the near side, to the left of Anderson. He's in the gun, and Harris to his left. 1 wide to the far side of the field. There's the snap. Back to pass, flushed out early, rolling to his left, and taken down from behind, just getting a hand on his heel. Number 24, Braxton Noble hustling. About a yard gain. So it won't be a sack, but it will be 4th and about 12. So the Bobcats going to have to punt it back over to the Rough Riders. Defense by the Rough Riders does fly around. You heard Coach Gordon saying that in the pregame interview, and he's right.
Yeah, I mean, Gavin Anderson is quick, so if you're able to catch him on the run, obviously you're just as fast.
Standing a couple steps into his end zone is Drew Johnson. There's the snap and the kick. Spiral kick, fair caught at the 49-yard line. 35-yard punt. And the Rough Riders will have fantastic field position to start this drive. Want to say thanks to Brookings Health System for being a sponsor of high school sports here. And both offenses sputtering a little bit here, Alec. Early.
Yeah, not a lot going on. And again, that one penalty by Brookings on the big throw to Item, the 35-yarder, costed them. Obviously, the very next play was that interception. So they had something going, but then that one interception cost them. Roosevelt hasn't really got anything going yet either. So yeah, still 4 minutes to go in this first quarter, but offense haven't seen a whole lot. Both defenses, though, playing well.
Workmeister in the pistol, going with 3 wide and an H-back left. And hand it off, has a man, has a little bit of room, and it's fumbled up into the air, taken away by Jay Harris, off of the hit from Bergen Tetzloff. Harris brings it across midfield, across the 45, near the 40, just about a 20-yard return, as knocking it away from Xander Winter on the run was Bergen Tetzloff. It just popped up into the air, and Jay Harris stood right under it and kind of got a gift, and then returns it to Rough Riders territory at the 41-yard line.
What were you saying something about offenses struggling a little bit?
Yeah, and it continues, but the defense for the Bobcats needed a big play. That's a momentum shifter. That's what you need to get your offense maybe some momentum. Yeah. So 1st and 10 on the 41 of the Rough Riders. 2 wide to the far side of the field, the wide side to the right of Anderson with Armenta to his right in the shotgun. Harris, the H-back left. Bergen Tetzloff, the tight end left. Handing off to Armenta. Trying to find some room. He's got a little, lowers his shoulder, and grinds out an extra yard after the hit to the 36-yard line. Gain of about 5 there. Brings up 2nd and 5. Kind of talked about it all year with Gus Armenta. Not a big kid. 5'10", 185 pounds. but he finishes runs. He's quick and he's kind of a scat back looking guy, but he'll lower his shoulder and put the boom on you.
He will, and like you said, he's so quick. So half the time he gets the ball, and I think it's going to be a yard, hopefully 2 at most. But like you said right there, he'll lower his shoulder, gain of 5. He's just a workhorse. He loves getting the ball, and he does a lot when he does get those handoffs.
4 wide, 2 to either side. Tetzloff in the slot to the right. They're going to fake the quick bubble screen, and Anderson, I'm not sure what they were going to do because the Roosevelt defenders were on top of him before he could make any decisions. It's Taven Youngin and Nathaniel Cassay again, along with Turner O'Brien. All 3 in on the tackle, and they were all there about the same time.
They were, and couldn't tell if he was going to do it almost looked like it was supposed to be a screen pass to the right to Bergen, but I'm not sure really what it was, because like you said, by the time he had faked the handoff to Schulte, there was 3 Roosevelt defenders there ready to take him down.
Same set for the Bobcats. Harris now the back behind Anderson in the pistol. Snap, back to pass. Anderson's got some good time, rolls to his right, throws on the run, has Bergen Tetzloff on the far sideline at the 27-yard line. A 12-yard gain. That'll move the sticks for the Bobcats again as they inch toward the red zone. Had plenty of time there, just couldn't find anybody, and then created some more time by rolling out to his right, finding Bergen on a nice pass to the far sideline. First catch for Tetzloff tonight. He was the only one who had a catch last week. 4 for 75 and a touchdown. Gavin was 4 of 11, 75 yards. The Wildcat look. Tetzloff gets it, hit in the backfield, and tries to struggle free, but he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage. I believe he lost about a yard, maybe a half yard. 2nd and 11, they're going to call it, coming up here. 2:15 to go, first quarter. I haven't seen teams really stop that much this year.
No, I was just going to say the same thing. I hadn't seen Bergen lose a yard on the play, as they're going to go right back to it.
Right up the gut. Bergen now lowers his shoulder and gets across the 25 to the 24-yard line, a gain of 4.
And it's one of those things when you see him back there as a defense, I mean, you know he's not going to throw it. Or I guess I take that back. 2 weeks ago, he did throw it in the interception, but
in the end zone.
9 out of 10 times you know he's going to keep it. It's almost one of those things. How can you stop it?
But
when he's so big, it's tough to take him down on push like.
Yeah, Pierre did the best job last week on it, and he still had good yardage against Pierre on the plays, most of the plays. Gavin Anderson looking over the sideline with his palms up toward the sky. Like, I don't know what we're doing here. So they had to call a quick timeout. We'll take it with them. 3rd and 7 for the Bobcats on the 24 of Roosevelt when we return with 1:20 to go in the first quarter. You're listening to Bobcats football, powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby's Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Bobcat football powered by Brookings Auto Mall, presented by Cubby's Sports Bar and Grill. Received the word. I think assistant coach Ty Schneider's in the house. Good to have him back in the fold.
Yeah, great to have him back.
Can't wait to see him. First joke he cracks, I'll know he's back to his old self. And I'm sure that's the first thing he'll do. 1:20 to go here, first quarter. 2 wide to the far side of the field to the right of Anderson in the gun. Armenta to his right. And there's the snap. Fake the handoff, rolling out to his right. Keeping it, and now throwing it. He's got Item. Item's going to have enough for the first down, plus an extra couple of yards to the 15. That's a gain of 9. And it'll be 1st and 10 in the red zone for the Bobcats. Anderson finding success, rolling to his right. And a couple of plays now, his second completion, rolling to his right of 2. So we come up on A minute 10 to play here. The clock is stopped. Now they roll it. They run it as they reset the sticks there. 1st and 10 on the 15, ball in the right hash. Armenta in the gun, 2 wide to his left. Hands it off to Armenta. And he's going to be hit after a gain of about a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up, lowered his shoulder, finished it off. But the Roosevelt Rough Riders defense has done a great job of game tackling, getting to the ball quick.
Yeah, really good job. He had that very first carry of the game for 8 yards. Since then, hasn't done anything more than 5. But yeah, like you've mentioned, Armenta's so quick and shifty, but Roosevelt's done a really good job tonight of limiting him on those handoffs.
Same set for the Bobcats. Harris, the H-back right, 2 wide to the near side. In the gun, Anderson hands off to Armenta again. Got a little room, lowers his shoulder across the 10 to the 9. It's a gain of about 5 yards. We'll bring up 3rd and 4 inside the 10. Got to get to the 5-yard line for a first down. Bobcats threatening here. Here, if this is 4-down territory, if they'd
I think it's going to be
kick the field goal if they got to a 4th, they hope to not have to make the decision, and they'll take a little extra time to make the decision, because they're going to let the clock run down to the end of the first quarter. We'll take 60 seconds. We'll flip ends, and we'll start the second quarter next. Bobcats and Roosevelt scoreless after 1. The Bobcats 3rd and 4 on the 9 of the Roosevelt Rough Riders when we start the second quarter. You're listening to Bobcats football, powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Bobcats football powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill. Alec Johnson just called it Tetz time. We're going back to the Wildcat formation with Bergen Tetzloff in the shotgun, a heavy left set. He's going to go right up the gut. He's got room. He's got the first down toward the goal line. Did he fall on top of the player? They're going to say he's down at the 1. It looked like he may have come down on top of one of the Roosevelt defenders and rolled into the end zone. But they're going to say he was down at the 1.
I bet they do it again.
You might be right. Might be onto something. But first and goal at the 1. And Bergen Tetzloff trying to jump over the pile. Not really successful in that endeavor, but he did fall into the end zone for a touchdown. Bobcats up 6-0 with 11:41 to go in this first half. From a yard out, Bergen Tetzloff punches it in. I want to say thanks to Anderson Insurance for being a sponsor of high school sports here on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Drew Johnson on to kick. Blake Cannigator, the snapper. And the Bake Show, Baker Hansen is the holder. There's the snap from Cannigator, the hold from Hansen, and the kick from Johnson. All good. 7-0 Brookings with 11:41 to go in the second quarter. Back with a kickoff coming up next. It's Bobcats football, powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Bobcats football, powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill. 7-0 Brookings, 11:41 to go in the second quarter from a yard out. That was Bergen Tetzloff punching it in on the Wildcat play. Just a short yardage play that generally, well, not generally, but often, he can break those. He finds a way, finds a hole, and then he's out in the open, and he's so hard to bring down.
That's what I mean.
He can turn those into 20-yard gains.
He's tough to tackle as it is, but he's also so athletic. Yes, he can break through those tackles, and whether it's a yard or two, or sometimes it could be 15 to 20 yards, it's just a very tough play to stop.
They squib kick it to the right in the hopes to catch Roosevelt off guard, and it almost worked, but Roosevelt covers it up at the 36-yard line. Covering it up was number 14, Dawson Johnson, one of the up men. So the Rough Riders will get good field position. Bobcats getting a little cute on homecoming, trying to come up with an extra possession. Don't see the surprise onside that much anymore.
No.
Can't in the NFL.
Exactly. I think, last week Clemson, or Syracuse pulled it on Clemson after they scored right away. No, otherwise NFL, yeah, definitely can't see it. And high school, you don't see it a lot either.
In the pistol, Workmeister, 3 wide, back to pass, quick throw out to the left flat, has his man and runs upfield on the near sideline across the 40. And that was a quick pass out to number 3, Tucker DeHaan. Back after injury this week. Heard Coach Stahlberg saying in the pregame interview how he was happy to have Tucker DeHaan back. Senior leadership. He walks off a little gingerly. Hopefully he didn't re-injure something. 3 wide. And he's in the pistol set. 2 backs in the backfield with him. Running option right. Workmeister struggling forward through a tackle. Got back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Didn't see who came around on that backside for the Bobcats, had a hold of his jersey. It just would not let him go forward. May have been Blake Canagater. Or Hageman. May have been Zach Hageman. Steven Anoski also, he got credit for the tackle. I'm not sure if he was the first one who grabbed him. Good job by the defense in any case. 3rd and 5 coming up. Coming up on 10:15 to go here in the second quarter. Bobcats lead 7-0. Rough Riders with the ball. A wide receiver to either side. For Workmeister in the pistol set. Brings the H-back in motion left to right. Fake the handoff and keeping it. And running forward, struggling. And pushed back several Bobcat defenders. There to make the tackle after a yard gain. Bergen Tetzloff was one of the secondary tacklers. I think Blake Canagater was the first one. Good job gang tackling again by the Bobcats. 4th and 4 coming up after the yard gain. Roosevelt going to punt. Abate Peltier-Smith, the punter, standing on his own 28-yard line. Snap coming from the 42. There's a low kick through the line somehow, bouncing across the 40, the 35, inside the 30 of the Bobcats. Down to the 26-yard line. 32-yard punt. Bobcats will have it 1st and 10 on their own 26-yard line. Luckily, somehow that got through the line.
It could have been a laser. It could have gone.
Could have just easily bounced off one of the linemen or a D lineman, and somehow he found a clear path. An unconventional punt. 1st and 10 for the Bobcats on their own 26. Ball near the left hash. 4 wide for the Bobcats, 2 to either side. For Anderson in the pistol with Armenta behind him. Anderson looking to the sideline. Now getting the play. Now we're ready. Here's the snap. Back to pass. Anderson rolling to his right again. Now juking. Going to cut it up. And through a tackle. Spins. And across the 30 to the 31. A gain of 5. We'll bring up 2nd and 5. Nice job by Anderson finding yards where it didn't look like there were any.
Yeah, he's another one too that's just so shifty and quick. Able to turn, like you said, what looked like nothing into still a solid gain of 5.
We've got to get to the 36-yard line for a first down. 8:45 to go here in this first half. Want to say thanks to Brookings School District for being a sponsor of high school sports here. 2 wide to the far side of the field. That's the wide side to the left of Anderson. Armenta to his left as Anderson's in the gun. Harris the H-back right. Tetzloff, the tight end, right as well. Hand off to Armenta, looking for some room right up the gut. Falls forward for a yard after getting hit. So 3rd and 4 coming up. So couldn't find much room in the middle of that defensive line for the Rough Riders. They do have Nolan Washagizik, the big nose tackle, number 78, the 300-pounder. So it stands to reason that isn't going to be many yards right up the gut, but they tried it. And 3rd and 4 coming up. Inside 8 to go here. Second quarter. Same set for the Bobcats. Here's the snap to Anderson. Hand off again to Armenta. He's got room. He jets through out across the 40, the 45. Taken down just shy of midfield at the 49. A gain of 17. Just like that, Gus Armenta gets a fresh set of downs for the Bobcats. His biggest run of the night.
And he's always due for one of those big runs. Again, he works so hard, and it seems as though he'll always have that streak of a few yards here, a few yards there, but then he's just bound to break one off like he did right there. He was just a step or two away, I think, from taking that all the way to the house.
Last week against Pierre, he had that 114 yards. His long run last week was 13. He was the workhorse. He carried the ball 27 times last week. And they go to him a lot. Same set again for Brookings. Anderson in the gun. There's the snap. Back to pass. Steps up into the pocket, rolling to his right. Going to throw on the run down the near sideline. Puts it up for Bergen Tetzloff, who goes up and tried to come down with an Odell Beckham one-handed catch. Unable to do so. And he gets up a little slowly. And there on the coverage was number 22, Eli Legg. It's going to be 2nd and 10. Bergen on the sideline, walking a little slowly. Looks like he's all right, just a little shaken up maybe. He laid out for that.
Like you said, I think it would have been an exact replica of that OBJ catch, just the one hand over his helmet type. Almost had it. Wouldn't have been surprised if he had come down with that.
4 wide for Brookings, 7:03 to go, second quarter. In the pistol is Anderson. And he's got guys in his face right away. Gets that off somehow and finds his wide receiver, number 80, Jude Meandering, for a gain of about 5. That was a big play for Anderson. It could have been a sack for a loss. Instead, he gets it off somehow in traffic. And Jude Meandering gets 5 yards, and they're into Rough Riders territory at the 45. 3rd and 4 coming up.
I'm not sure how he got that off. Like you had said, I looked up and it seemed as though there was 3 Rough Riders just about to take him down. Excellent play to get rid of it. Great catch by Jude, too, to catch that and get some yards out of it.
Inside 6.5 to go now, second quarter. And they're going to give it to Wildcat again. That is guess who? And he gets to the 40, a gain of 5. He got enough for a first down. And he just almost impossible to stop Bergen Tetzloff on those. Again, that's a 5-yard gain, a 4-yard gain. It's supposed to be short yardage, and you know it's coming, and you just can't stop.
I know. I mean, yeah.
He's a beast.
6'5", 235, just coming right at you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I could stop it, but I've never tried it, though, so I don't know. Can't say I can't stop it.
2 wide to the far side of the field to the left of Anderson in the shotgun. And hand it off to Armenta. Finds a little room around the right edge, lowers his shoulder and runs over one of the Rough Rider defenders, gets to the 36. It's going to be a gain of about 4. That was Braxton Noble. And he bowled over there. 2nd and 6 coming up. I want to say thanks to Stony Brook Sweets, sponsor of high school sports. Inside 5.5 to play now. First half, and a pretty quick first half here. In the shotgun, Anderson, 2 wide to his left. H-back right. Hands off to Armenta. No, he kept it. Rolling to his left now, going to tuck it. He's got room out across the 30. Bounces it outside of the 25, across the 20. Finally chased out of bounds at the 17-yard line. 19-yard gain. And the Bobcats are threatening again, 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
And that's where it helps having a mobile quarterback like that. But also, Gus Armenta, he had been up to 10 carries so far. So again, just having the option of both Gus or Gavin able to run it like that really is keeping Roosevelt on their toes, because like I had thought on that play too, it was going to Gus. Gavin did a great job of keeping it himself for the 19-yard gain.
Great fake. Clock stopped at 5:04 as he went out of bounds. Ball on the left hash. There's the snap to Anderson. Does hand off to Armenta this time. He's got room. Jets between two defenders, and he's out in the open. He's going to take it in from 17 yards out. Touchdown, Bobcats, and they're up 2 scores. 13-0, 4:57 to go, second quarter. Armenta is pumped at 127 yards last week and no touchdowns, and he gets one this week, and he's excited about it. 114 yards rather last week on 27 carries. He's already the workhorse again today.
Yeah, his 11th carry right there, 61 yards and a touchdown. That's not a bad stat line for an end of game, let alone first half, with still 4:57 to go. They might get the ball back. He'll add to that.
And it's 14-0 after the kick is good. The Bobcats lead over Roosevelt. 4:57 to go in the second quarter. The kickoff is next. It's Bobcats football powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Bobcats football on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. 14-0 Bobcats, 4:57 to go in the first half. Struggled early offensively, and it busted through on the last 2 possessions.
Yeah, ever since that Sioux Falls Roosevelt fumble that was recovered by Jay Harris, offense now has gotten it going. And you had mentioned that was maybe something that the offense needed to get that momentum going. And since that fumble, that's exactly what they've needed after the Tetzloff touchdown and the Gus touchdown to give them a 14-point lead.
Short kick to the right, and it's going to hug the sideline. Oh, and the player was out of bounds and let it roll to him. And almost thought he made a mistake, but you can grab it when you're out of bounds. That's not isn't going to count against you. That was Jaden Hanson. But it's going to be a flag on the Bobcats as Johnson kicked it out of bounds. A little upset with himself. That was actually a good play by Hanson.
Free kick out of bounds on the kicking team.
He had a chance if it would have taken one more bounce. You never know if it would have taken a bounce or a kick to the left or something, or just straight up. Yeah, Brookings definitely would have recovered that. So yeah, very smart play to just grab it.
It looked like it could have hugged to the sideline. It kind of took a turn downfield. Jaden Hanson stepped out of bounds and grabbed it. Heads up play, and it's a penalty. 35-yard line is where they'll put it. They'll put it on the left hash. 2 wide with 2 H-backs. For Workmeister in the pistol. Fakes the handoff. Goes play action over the middle, and almost a fantastic catch by the defender. And took an inadvertent hit. Didn't like it at the end. That was Jaden Hanson. Got hit by Jaden Hale. Looked inadvertent. Looked kind of like just his momentum took him into him. He's looking for maybe a flag. Didn't get it. So it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Rough Riders. I want to say thanks to Century 21, Krogman and Company, being a sponsor. 4:52 to go, first half, 14-0 Brookings. Roosevelt with the ball, 4 wide now for Workmeister in the pistol set. There's a man in motion, left to right, and there's going to be a motion penalty again. That's the second time they've gotten a motion penalty on a similar play here in the first half.
False start.
It's like Aberdeen that one.
Number 59.
It was 9
5-yard
false
penalty.
starts in that first
Second
half
down.
in the game, but I think at one time they had 3 or 4 in a row. It seemed like they just couldn't figure out really what to do when they had the ball.
Yeah, it was nuts. They had so many penalties. It was insane. Pistol set, same set. They can send a man in motion, hand it off, right up the gut, and a couple of tough yards. About 3 yards there for Xander Winter, the 5'7", 161-pound junior. A late flag coming in. And a hat on the field. Ran out of ammo. Needed to throw the hat. Looks like it's going to be on the Bobcats. They've had a couple of unsportsmanlike penalties the last few weeks. Had an ejection last week
After
as
the
well.
play, dead ball, unsportsmanlike. Number 20 on the defensive team.
It's Jaden
Number
Hale
58 on the offensive team. The down
and
counts.
Nathaniel
It'll be
Kassay.
third down.
So
No
one on
penalty
either
yardage.
team.
The yardage offsets.
And it will be offset. So, like it never happened. 3rd and 12 coming up. 4:42 to go here in the first half. Halftime, we'll give our thoughts on the game, some unofficial stats with Alec Johnson, and we'll take a look at some scores. Other South Dakota high school football games going on tonight. Roosevelt, 2 wide, 1 on each side. H-back right in the pistol set. Workmeister back to pass, rolling to his right. And Anoski in tow. He throws it up into the defensive backfield, and for grabs almost. It's over the head of his receiver. There on the coverage was number 26, Mason Mathis. The intended receiver was Tucker DeHaan. So it'll be 4th and about 12 coming up. After the incompletion, Roosevelt will punt it back to the Bobcats. Ben Schulte and Jude Meandering will be deep for the Bobcats, standing near their own 20-yard line. And the punter, Navate Peltier-Smith, for Roosevelt, back out there. Will back up inside his own 20 to about the 19. Snap coming from the 33. Bobcats get a man off just in time. And that one may have gotten tipped on the way out. Wobbly kick, bounces at the 45, straight out of bounds on the far sideline. At the 45-yard line, that would be a 12-yard punt. It went off the side of his foot, and I think it got tipped as well off of his foot. And it's a terrible punt, and the Bobcats have great field position.
And with 4 minutes left, they've done an excellent job of controlling the game, and that's exactly what Coach Gordon wanted to do tonight. He said he wanted to control the game, kind of similar like they did in Pierre. They've done a really good job of that tonight, so they've got 4 minutes here. If they can put some points on the board with Roosevelt getting the ball to start the second half, I think Coach Gordon would be very pleased to tack on a few more points here before half.
Wanted to win the ground game. I think they've been doing that with both Gus Armenta and Bergen Tetzloff. And Anderson's had a couple of runs as well. Armenta looking for some room, patiently picks up about a yard. It was a very long run. Took a long time for a yard. He just was patiently waiting behind his blockers. Armenta will sit down. Ben Schulte back in. Schulte, 5'9", 185-pound sophomore. Missed a couple of games due to injury. 10 rushes, 62 yards on the season. 3:40 to go, second quarter. 2 wide to the far side of the field to the left of Anderson in the shotgun. And he hands it off to Schulte right up the gut. He's got room, making some moves across the 40, lowers his shoulder, and then gets pushed back. He's got forward progress to the 39, though, a gain of about 5. Bring up 3rd and 4. Got to get to the 35. We're ticking up on 3 minutes to play here in this first half. Beautiful night for football in Brookings. It's late September. It's late September right now.
Tell me about it. Still golfing with it.
Got to about 85 today. The Wildcat set. Heavy right up the gut. Bergen Tetzloff going to fall forward. He may have gotten the first down. He's going to be about a yard shy. So it'll bring up 4th and 1. I'm guessing we'll see the Wildcat once again. Oh, we got a late flag again. After the play, judging by the body language, it's going to go against the Roosevelt Rough Riders.
Dead ball. Unsportsmanlike conduct on number 3, Sioux Falls Roosevelt.
This one's going to go on
Results in a first down.
number 3, Tucker DeHaan. Coach Stahlberg talked about his senior leadership. That's not what you want out of your senior leader.
Toward disqualification.
His first one. That's their second one of the game already. Bobcats have one also. So if he gets another one, he'll be ejected, as will Nathaniel Kassay, number 58. And Jaden Hale for the Bobcats has one as well.
Yeah, like you said, not a penalty you obviously ever want, but let alone on a fourth, that would have been 4th and 1.
Yeah.
I mean, still, Brookings probably would have got it, but still, you don't know. But still, awful time to get that penalty to now extend the drive for Brookings with 2:30 left to go, and they're getting closer to scoring.
Moved it to the 21, a handoff to Jay Harris right up the gut, his first run. And he's inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. That is a 14-yard run. Longest run by far of the year for Jay Harris. Just his 3rd rush of the year, and he had 7 yards total up until that run right there. And it's 1st and goal, Bobcats at the 7. Ball on the right hash. They're threatening once again. 2 minutes to go, 2nd quarter. And they're in no hurry here. So they're going to run a little clock. And guess what play they're going to go with?
I bet he's going to keep it. Roosevelt's going to call a timeout. They're going to try and talk about what they can do to stop this play.
Do we have a Max Truck on the sideline? Timeout by the Roosevelt Rough Riders with 1:50 to go. We'll take a quick one with them. Bobcats 1st and goal from the 7. When we come back, leading 14-0 over the Rough Riders. It's Bobcats football, powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby's Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. You're listening to and watching Bobcats football on the Brookings Radio Sports Networks. 14-0 Brookings. We have got 1:50 to go in the first half. And the Bobcats threatening to make it a 3-score game. 1st and goal from the 7. They go Wildcat, heavy left formation. After the timeout, Bergen Tetzlaff lowering his shoulder. Had nothing, but gets a yard, maybe 2. We're going to put it on the 6, a gain of a yard. 2nd and goal from the 6. He's done it a lot this year where he kind of waits for the blocks to establish and then cuts it outside, and he has plenty of room. Might look for something like that on this next one if they do it again. And I don't see Gavin Anderson out there, so it looks like they will. Unless he's just in the middle of the pile and I can't see him. Bobcats huddled up. Again, in no hurry. And they are going to go with the Wildcat. Again, a heavy left set. 1:05 to go. 2nd and goal from the 6. Snap to Tetzlaff. Straight up the middle. Cuts it left. And trying to struggle free. No gain. Well played by the Roosevelt Rough Riders. It's just odd to see when it happens because you don't see it often that he doesn't gain at least a yard. And we're at 45 seconds and counting to go here. 3rd and goal now from the 6. And Gavin Anderson coming back out there as the Bobcats will go with more of a traditional set here. The Brookings band is lined up in the back of the south end zone. And they've got some heavy apparati. Is that the right word? Apparatuses.
That I don't know.
Under center, Anderson fakes the handoff, rolls to his right, throws on the run, off the fingertips of Tetzlaff. He would have had to reach the ball across the pylon as he went out of bounds. Had he brought it in, it would have been tough to do. So he's unable to catch it. It'll be 4th and goal from the 6. See what the Bobcats decide to do here. 12 seconds to go here in this first half, and we've got a timeout by Brookings to talk it over here. 4th and goal from the 6 with 12 seconds to go. The Bobcats leading 14-0 here in Brookings at Dana J. Dykehouse Stadium. It's Bobcats football, powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby's Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. As looks like the Bobcats are going to try to kick a field goal here. Drew Johnson was warming up the leg here during the timeout. This would be a 23-yard field goal attempt. Or am I wrong? I think I'm wrong. Looks like the offense is going back out there. Drew Johnson was warming up for nothing. Bobcats offense back out there. 3 wide for Anderson. Ben Schulte, the running back, to his left as he's in the gun. 2 wide to the near side. Now Schulte moves to his right. 2 wide to the near side to the right of Anderson. 1 wide left, far side of the field. There's the snap. Anderson rolling out to his right. Cutting it up in trouble and going to be hit and driven back. It'll be a sack. The Roosevelt defense rises to the occasion and they keep the Bobcats off the board. 14-0 Brookings. 5 seconds to go. The Roosevelt offense will come out and we'll see if they try to run a play or if they just kneel on it and get to halftime. So the Bobcats go for it on 4th and goal from the 6. And Anderson is sacked back on the 15-yard line. Loss of 9. Roosevelt offense out there. Doesn't look like they're going to kneel on it. Pistol set. 3 wide. H-back right for Workmeister. And here's the snap. Back to throw it. Steps up into the pocket, and he's going to be taken down. A sack by Blake Cannigator to end the half. Back at the 12-yard line, a loss of 3. And Blake Cannigator makes a nice play from the right end spot for the Bobcats to end the first half. And we'll end the first half with the Bobcats on top, 14-0 over the Roosevelt Rough Riders. Homecoming for the Brookings Bobcats. And they lead by 2 scores at halftime. We'll take a break here. We'll come back with our thoughts on the first half. We'll take a look at some unofficial stats with Alec Johnson, and we'll take a look at some scores from other South Dakota high school football games here tonight as well. We'll be back in 4 minutes. You're listening to Bobcats Football, powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby's Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
If you direct your attention to midfield, where we will introduce our 2025 BHS Homecoming Court. Let's meet the royalty. First up, let's hear a round of applause for Mr. Nana Duomo, who is at a college visit and could not be here tonight. Nana is the son of Francis Duomo and Eunice Kusi. Nana is active in speech and debate, NHS, Science Olympiad, Eco Club, Envirothon, and Pause for a Cause. Next, we have your quarterback, Gavin Anderson, who is active in football and track. Gavin is the son of Nicole and Zach Anderson. Next, we have Lauren Bortnam, daughter of Krista Bartling Bortnam and Sean Bortnam. Lauren participates in HOSA, Student Council, FCCLA, FFA, Speech and Debate, Golf, Pause for a Cause, Prom Committee, NHS, 4-H, and High School Rodeo. Next up, we have Isaiah Vogt, son of Kelly and Josh Vogt. Isaiah participates in soccer, track, choir, marching band, concert band, jazz band, vocal jazz, and all-state choir. With him is Amelia Wendell, daughter of Kelly and Nick Wendell. Amelia is active in basketball, volleyball, NHS choir, student council, HOSA, FCCLA, Girls State, Pause for a Cause, and the Prom Committee. Now let's give it up for Eli Hawks, son of Lindsay and Scott Hawks. Eli participates in NHS, marching band, symphonic band, jazz band, high school cheer, all-star cheer, student council, and FFA. With Eli is Brooklyn Burris. Brooklyn is the daughter of Bobby and Ben Burris. She is active in HOSA, FFA, FCCLA, Student Council, NHS, Eco Club, and FBLA. Next, we have Katie Marshall. Katie is the daughter of Nancy and the late Don Marshall. Katie participates in choir, FFA, competitive dance, competitive cheer, sideline cheer, all-star cheer, and the Monogram Club. And finally, for our 2025 Bobcat Homecoming Royalty is our BHS Lord, number 10, Bergen Tetzloff. Bergen is the son of Aaron and Kevin Tetzloff. He is active in football, basketball, track, choir, and the Monogram Club. And at his side, let's hear it for our BHS lady, Anan Zoku. Anan is the daughter of Chantel and Moise Ame Zoku. She participates in Eco Club, is the vice president of FCCLA, HOSA, Student Council, Prom Committee, Pause for a Cause, PBIS Leadership, Tennis, Track, Speech, and Debate, and Choir. Once again, let's hear it for your 2025 BHS Homecoming Court. And now, ladies and gentlemen, tonight we also have a special group of young people we would like to recognize, our BHS Marching Band seniors. Congratulations, seniors, on 4 awesome years in the marching band. These years have been filled with commitment, hard work, and sweat, but also fun, laughter, and strong leadership. Our band is better because of your presence here. I can't wait to see what we accomplish together for the rest of this year. Now, here are our seniors. First off, we have Akan, son of Ajak Riak Adol Ayum, and his favorite marching band memory is eating food and playing ultimate frisbee. Then we have Mackenzie Anderson, daughter of Ross and Danielle Anderson, and her favorite marching band memory is the vibe and the excitement of the night of the martial competition her sophomore year was just as perfect as it can be. Next, we have Braden Burke, son of Jill and Rob Burke, and his favorite marching band memory is hanging out in the parking lot at Rosemount when the bus broke down. Next, we have Lauren Burke, daughter of Edward and Michelle Burke, and her favorite marching band memory is hanging out with the people in the hotel rooms the night before Yims. Next is Emerson Kramer, son of John and Kylie Kramer, and his favorite memory is all the bus rides with his friends. Next is Addison Davis, daughter of Janelle and Jeff Davis, and her favorite marching band memory is celebrating making finals at Youth in Music and watching Mr. McMahon's expression going from excitement to dread because we had so little time to get ready. Next is Ariana Funderburg, daughter of Randon and Angeline Funderburg, and her favorite memory was making finals at Youth in Music during her sophomore year. Next is Eli Hawks, son of Scott and Lindsay Hawks, and his favorite marching band memory was Band Camp 2024. Next is Reese Heiberger, son of Kate and Greg Heiberger, and his favorite marching band memory was performing in the Viking Stadium. Next is Bennett Howell, son of Lonnie and Amber Howell, and his favorite marching band memory is eating all the delicious food. Next is Maddie Jongling, daughter of Steve and Steph Jongling, and his favorite marching band memory is bonding with Josiah on the way to the Roosevelt Clinic. Next, we have Esther Klingbeil, daughter of Michelle and Jeremy Klingbeil, and her favorite marching band memory is the bus ride home from the first Yims competition. Next is Alex Cluck, daughter of Jenny and Aaron Cluck, and her favorite marching band memory is performing at Youth in Music Finals her sophomore year. Next, we have Jacob LaFontaine, son of Melissa LaFontaine, and his favorite marching band memory is playing his guitar solo at US Bank Stadium. As someone born in Minnesota, it was very fulfilling. Next is Joyce Lamb, daughter of Kevin and Jenny Lamb, and her favorite marching band memory is hanging out when the bus broke down in Rosemount. Next is Michelle Lamb, daughter of Sei Yinshan and Jason Kitlam, and her favorite marching band memory is performing at Youth and Music Finals competition. Next, we have Madeline McCullough, daughter of Kim and Chuck McCullough, and favorite marching band memory was the DCI Finals Watch Party. Next is Solimar Melendez, daughter of Irene Vargas, and her favorite memory was coming home from a comp after getting first place, and everyone was singing Frozen songs. Next is Joseph Mickna, son of Greg and Sarah Mickna, and his favorite marching band memory was getting Italian food catered for Youth and Music. Next is Josiah Miles, son of Leon and Rebecca Miles. His favorite memory was making Youth in Music in Finals 2023. Next is Jaden Monell, son of TJ Monell and Samantha Monell, and her favorite marching band memory was the first time at the Mall of America. Next is Sarah Osborne, daughter of Shannon and Larry Osborne, and her favorite marching band memory was putting glitter on everyone while we watched people play Gaga Ball sophomore year. Jamila Wambo, daughter of Marie Woning and stepdaughter of Kwame Ojuro, and favorite marching band memory is freshman year when my sister had to physically drag me out of bed to get to band camp. Isabella Park, daughter of Julian Park and Kunsoon Park. And favorite marching band memory is visiting the Mall of America for the first time and hanging out with friends. Lily Peterson, daughter of Heidi Peterson and escorted by Elizabeth Meester. Her favorite marching band memory is hanging out with my section and moving props. Keller Peterson, son of Gina and Tony Cuck and Scott Peterson, and his favorite memory was rooming with Sawyer in the hotels. Kira Prout, daughter of Kirsten Prout and Jason Prout, and her favorite marching band memory was pep band. Olivia Ragsdale, daughter of Aaron and Ashley Ragsdale, and her favorite marching band memory was renting Big Animal scooters and racing around the Mall of America during Youth and Music Weekend. Lex Rowe, son of Jay and Rachel Rowe, and his favorite marching band memory was the 2024 Minneapolis trip. Gavin Smith, son of Nick and Lori Smith, and his favorite marching band memory was making good memories out of a bad experience at Rosemount this year. Sawyer Steen, son of Ashley and Weston Steen, and his favorite marching band memory was making Yim's finals. Lucas Tucker, son of Will and Sarah Tucker, and his favorite marching band memory was making Youth and Music finals. Autumn Visser, daughter of Michelle and Jerry Visser, and his favorite marching band memory was bonding with Josiah on the way to the Roosevelt Clinic. Isaiah Vogt, son of Kelly and Josh Vogt, his favorite marching band memory was competing at Youth and Music my freshman year. And finally is Paxton White, daughter of Dana White and Ryan White. And her favorite marching band memory was bonding with Josiah on the way to the Roosevelt Clinic. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, your BHS Marching Band Senior Class. The Brookings High School Marching Band is directed by Mr. Isaac McMahon and assisted by Nick Brozel. Other staff members include percussion advisor Teo Nilsson and Chase Jameson, color guard advisor Rebecca Visser, and technicians Ella Moody, Jason Heller, Bria Tonsiger, Lucas Galvin, Marcus Nace, Aninka Brozel, Alice Warney, Ethan Sturska, Emily Hofer, Kamala Abusafi, and Tyson Hirschbrunner. The design team includes Dr. Ward Miller, Kyle Haugen, Julie Hadley, Reese Maltzby, and Taylor Heath. The Brookings High School Marching Band is proud to present its 2025 field show production, Written in the Stars, featuring music by Ryan George, Jacob and Zach Lawson, Enon Zur, Kendrick Lamar, and SZA, along with original compositions by Ward Miller. We take a celestial journey that follows the life of a star from its birth to its death.
Drum majors, Tristan Hostler, Quinn Olmstead, and Isaiah Vogt. Is your band ready? Brookings High School marching band, you may now take the field in halftime exhibition. In the fifth year, Assistant Nick Brookfield, the VHS band strives for excellence programs.
6 minutes left in the second. Viborg Hurley 38-0 at halftime over Garrettson. Hamlin, the number 2 team, all over Redfield at halftime, 49-0. Burke 8-6 at halftime over Tripp Delmont Armor, ACDC. Wabash Summit 14-12 over Wilmot in the start of the second. And Parkston 46, the number 15 Parkston, 46-14 over Bonham at halftime. Britton Hecla 32-0 at halftime over Great Plains Lutheran. D. Smet beating Florence Henry 22-14 at halftime. That's Indy Smet. Kadoka 12-0 over New Underwood. 7 minutes left in the first quarter. Bennett County and Hill City set to play here a little later on. They were supposed to start at 8 o'clock. I have no update on that one as of yet. 9A Hanson 49-0 over Chester Alcester Hudson, the third-rated team, 41-6 over Gayville Vollen. Gregory 57-6 over Woolsey Wessington. I think I read that one. Centerville 27-0 over Irene Wakanda. Ipswich, the number 2 team, Warner over Northwestern, 42-8 with under a minute left in the second quarter. Dubrook 22-6 over Waverly South Shore with under a minute left in the second. That's at Waverly South Shore. Castlewood all over ORR 44-0 with 9 minutes left still in the second quarter. Coleman Egan 22-6 over Esteline Hendricks and just under a minute left in the second quarter in that one. Faith and Dupree in Faith, no update on that West River score yet either. So at this halftime, this one, did I skip 9B? I think I did. I better go back here and make sure I don't skip anybody. Sorry, 9B. Hitchcock Tulare, 42-22 a final over Sunshine Bible Academy. Sully Buttes, the number 1 team, beat the 5 team Faulkton 30-22 in a good game. Sioux Falls Lutheran, 44-0 a final over Canastota. A final, Del Rapids St. Mary, 78-24 over Iroquois Lake Preston. Yikes. Corsica Stickney 24-0 over Cologne with 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. Centerville 34-0 over Irene Wakanda with 9 minutes left in the third. Phillip 45-0 over Jones County, 2 minutes left in the second. And let's see some of these I've read. Warner, the 2 team, 42-8 over Northwestern with under a minute left in the second. Let's see here. Kadoka 12-0 over New Underwood, 6 minutes left in the first quarter. All right, I think I got everybody there now. We'll take one quick 30-second break, and we'll be back with the second half here. The Bobcats lead 14-0 at halftime in their homecoming game over the Roosevelt Rough Riders. This is Bobcats football, powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Bobcats football on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Roosevelt will get the ball to start this second half. And they trail 14-0. The deep men for Roosevelt. Number 88, Jaden Hansen. See the far side of the field.
I'm going to say they haven't had any returns yet tonight. Both kicks, I feel like, from Drew have he's either squib kicked it or it's gone out of bounds. So I don't even know if they've had a return yet.
The other deep man, number 15, Damian Sioux Jr. And the Bobcats still huddled on their own 35 and don't have it teed up yet. Not sure what the conversation is about, talking to one of the referees down there. We're waiting for something. I do not know what. I want to say thanks to Pepsi while we're waiting. One of our sponsors of high school sports here on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
Something important. That wasn't figured out at halftime.
Crowd trying to get the Bobcats hyped here. By the way, I figured out during halftime the plural of apparatus is apparatus or
We'll start the
apparatuses.
second half with the delay
Yeah,
game.
that was something I didn't know. That's
Brookings.
not a. I can't say
5-yard
that's a word I
penalty.
use frequently
We'll
in the
kick
first
from the
grade classroom.
35.
No, I would imagine not.
So I was unaware what the plural was, but now that I know, Monday I might have to ask my kids and see if anybody knows.
Yeah, pull it out. Just apparatus.
see.
What's the plural? Test them. Challenge them a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I was pretty sure apparati was not correct.
It sounds correct.
Yeah, I like it. I just like the way it
Yeah.
sounds. All right, now we've got figured out whatever needed to be figured out, it looks like. And Drew Johnson will tee it up at the 35. Maybe they were trying to figure out where to spot the kickoff because they normally have it on the 40. So that may have been the issue. He's kicking it left to right. From our vantage point in the press box at Dana J. Dykehouse. Low kick, bounces at the 19-yard line, rather, and it is picked up by Jaden Hansen running to his right. He's got room across the 30, 35, cuts it back, across the 40, the 45, 50, down the near sideline. He's going to be out in front of everyone, and he's gone. 81-yard return, and just like that, Roosevelt is back in this ball game. That is exactly what the Bobcats did not want. We do have a flag on the near sideline. That may be a block in the back. I was watching that, and the Roosevelt player did not even need to make a play, and he jetted forward and pushed one of the Bobcats. Looked like it was close to in the back, so we'll see what the penalty is.
And that could be one of the reasons why Brookings was squib kicking it there in the first half, the return right there. But I saw exactly what you saw too. Wasn't needed at all.
Illegal block in the back.
And there it is. The
On the
illegal
return
block in
team,
the
number
back, just like you
28.
said. One of those things he didn't
10-yard
need to do
penalty
it,
from the
almost
spot
was
of the
just like
foul.
the adrenaline
First
kicks in,
down.
and for some reason, when you know your guy is going to take it to the house, you for some reason want to just hit somebody when it definitely wasn't needed at all. A crucial penalty there by Roosevelt. Again, we saw the first half, their offense really couldn't get anything going, and this could be detrimental right now because Brookings, if they can get out of this without giving up any points, that would be huge for this Bobcat defense.
That wipes a much-needed touchdown off of the board, and as you said a couple times there, it just didn't need to happen. There was nobody going to catch Jaden Hansen.
Nope.
If you just glide to a stop, don't touch anybody, that's a touchdown
that's
for
one
you.
of the things where it's like,
All you
you
had
just
to
get
do.
out of the way. Exactly.
3 wide for Workmeister in the pistol, fakes the handoff, play action, throws out to the far side, has his man, and that is Dahan who breaks free, almost broke it for a touchdown. He's going to have 10, and that'll give them a fresh set of downs. Tucker Dahan, nice running after the catch, broke a tackle and almost broke another. We've got a Bobcat on the field, rolling over onto his back at about the 24-yard line. He'll get tended to by the trainer, Savannah Ratterman, who's going to come in just help him up quickly. Not sure exactly what the problem was. Is that Jay Harris?
Jay Harris.
Yeah, Jay Harris jogging off now. She came out and didn't spend any time looking at him, just helped him up, and he's jogging off the field now. He must have told her, I'm all right, just help me up.
He's tough.
Jay Harris is a tough kid. No
He's one of
doubt
those
about
hockey
that.
guys.
Yeah. Yeah. You see him laying on the turf, that's something.
Yep. And I think his second grade teacher taught him how to be pretty tough too.
Oh, okay.
From what I heard.
Take your word for it. I know not of what you speak.
I was a second grade
I
teacher.
know.
Okay.
I figured that
Sure.
out.
I taught him well.
I was trying to stop short of denying that fact. Trips right in the pistol. Quick throw out to Dahan in the flat. He's going to try to find some room. He does. Not much. A couple of yards, maybe 3. And he's taken down just inbounds on the far sideline. They keep the clock running. Ball going to be placed on the 19. That's a gain of 2. It'll bring up 2nd and 8. Ball on the 19. We've got to get to the 11. Coming up on 10:50 to play here, third quarter. Appreciate you joining us for Friday Night Football. I want to say thanks to Right Angle Construction for being a sponsor. And a run up the gut. Nice gain for the Roosevelt Rough Riders. Will bring up 3rd and about 2, I believe, to the 13-yard line. And that was Xander Winter on the carry. Ball at the 13. They've got to get to the 11.
And this is exactly what Roosevelt needed to do to start this half. Again, after what they did offensively in the first half, just had nothing going. So for them to come out right here and prove that they can do it offensively and not just have a 3-and-out is big for them.
And they hand it off to Xander Winter again. He puts his head down and struggles. He gets the first down plus a yard. He needed to get to the 11, got to the 10, a gain of 3. Nice, tough run by Xander Winter. Picks up a fresh set of downs for the Roosevelt Rough Riders, 1st and goal. So even with that penalty, wiping the touchdown off the board, they've kept their composure and are threatening. I want to say thanks to Bose Construction for being a sponsor of high school sports here. 9:45 to go, third quarter. 14-0 Brookings. Roosevelt is threatening. 2 backs in the backfield with the quarterback Workmeister. Fakes the handoff, runs the option right, keeps it, breaks a tackle by Canigator, and is in the end zone. Is there a flag in the end zone? There is. We'll await the call. That would be a 10-yard touchdown run by Wesley Workmeister, the quarterback, but it looks like it's coming back. So 2 touchdowns on this possession, 1 on the kickoff and 1 on that play, but they're both going to be wiped out. And Roosevelt continues to shoot themselves in the foot, even with the momentum in their favor.
Holding on the offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
So
Remains
back to the 11
first
instead
down.
of being a touchdown. So the hold happened downfield at the 6-yard line. Or I'm sorry, at the 1-yard line. Probably another penalty that didn't need to happen for Roosevelt. 2 backs in the backfield for Workmeister. Fakes the handoff, keeps it on an option left this time, and picks up a couple tough yards, hit hard and taken to the turf by Bergen Tetzloff. Going to be at the 7-yard line, a gain of about 4. We'll bring up 2nd and goal from the 7. Tetzloff got up a little slowly again. Still out there, looks like he's fine. And on tons of plays on both sides of the ball. You imagine at the end of the games, he's got
to be a little
weary.
sore.
Yeah, weary and sore. 3 wide, 2 to the near side of the field, the short side for Workmeister. 2 backs in the backfield with him as he's in a short set. Now you're going to get a motion penalty against the Rough Riders again. The 3rd one on the night where they've sent the slot man in motion
False start
and gotten a penalty.
on the offense. Number 59. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
So they'll move it back again. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 12. They keep moving forward and moving back. They've scored twice.
It's quite the possession.
And they don't have any points on the board. It's confusing, I know. Man in motion left to right again. Going to run the option right. They're going to go with the counter back to the left side, and it's dropped onto the turf, and falling on it was number 88, Jaden Hansen. Heads up play, but they lost more yards. Interesting looking play. It looked like it might have worked had they gotten a clean handoff.
Exactly, yeah. That whole left side was open. If it would have been clean, I really do think they would have scored on that one, barring any sort of penalty they might have had.
Long developing play to run a reverse, but it's again looked like it was going to work, but they can't get the exchange down, and it's 3rd and goal from the 14. For a loss of a couple on that one. Same set. Actually, 1 back in the backfield, the pistol set for Workmeister. Fakes the handoff. We're going to get a whistle and a stoppage. There have been a timeout before the snap, and there was. The Roosevelt Rough Riders took a timeout. We will take one with them. 7:58 to go here
Sioux Falls,
in
Roosevelt.
third quarter. 14
Their first time out of the
Brookings.
half.
The Rough Riders have scored twice on a kickoff return and a run from scrimmage, but they have both been called back. So 3rd and goal from the 14 when we return. Bobcats football, powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby's Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. And thanks to Back Alley Meats for sponsoring Where's the Beef, the introduction of starting linemen at the beginning of the games. Brought to you by Back Alley Meats. Stop in. You won't be disappointed. 3 wide in the pistol set for Workmeister. 2 to his right, the wide side of the field. And he fakes the handoff back to pass, throws over the middle, has his man, hit hard in the end zone, but comes up with a catch and stays on his feet after the hard hit from Bergen Tetzloff. The receiver, number 12, Alex Riquido. 14-yard touchdown reception. And the Roosevelt Rough Riders trying to shoot themselves in the foot that entire possession and to still come up with a touchdown. They kept their composure and kept at it.
Yeah, their third touchdown of their drive and only going to come away with 7 points. So I guess Brookings could almost be pleased with that. 3 touchdowns, only 7 points, but still, yeah. The offense for Roosevelt coming out here in the second half, they obviously made some sort of adjustments because Workmeister already with his 3rd completion, only had 1 in the first half, his 3rd here in this 3rd quarter alone, that one coming on that 14-yard touchdown to Riquido.
First reception of the game for Riquido. And the extra point is good for Roosevelt. Riquido only 6 catches on the year for 43 yards. That's his first touchdown on the season as well. So it's 14-7. Roosevelt will kick it back to Brookings when we come back. It's Bobcats football powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Again. Bobcats football powered by Brookings Auto Mall, presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill. I'm just talking off the air that bet the Bobcats don't kick it deep again this game, if and when they kick off. 7:54 to go, 3rd quarter, 14-7 now. Brookings, after the first score of the game for Roosevelt, gets them right back in it. I want to say thanks to Brookings Health System. Carter Meckelberg has it teed up on the 40, kicking it right to left from our vantage point here in the press box at Dana J. Dykehouse. Deep kick, Ben Schulte taking it at the 1. Running right up the numbers, looking for some room. And through a couple of leg tackles, bounces it back toward the middle of the field across the 30, 35, out to the 36-yard line. That'll be a 35 return on the kick by Ben Schulte, and good field position for the Bobcats to start this drive, maybe getting a little bit of that momentum back.
Yeah, great return there from Schulte. I thought he was going to maybe be taken down somewhere around the 20. It looked like that there was a lot of Roosevelt defenders there, but then before you knew it, he found a little hole to get back out there to the 36-yard line. Huge return, much needed for the Bobcats to start this drive.
So the Bobcats offense back out there for the first time in this second half. Anderson will be under center and I backfield behind him. Harris, the fullback. The halfback is Armenta. 1 wide left. Handoff to Armenta. Hit and dragged backward after getting to the line of scrimmage. Taven Youngin with the tackle. The emphatic tackle. Gus gets up a little ginger and jogs off. Looks like he's favoring that left leg a little bit. 7:20 to go, 3rd quarter. Bobcats, 2nd and 10 coming up. Ball on their own 36-yard line, leading 14-7. Roosevelt with the momentum on their side after that previous score. Same set for the Bobcats. They go under center with Anderson. There's the snap. Handoff to Otto Eidsness, first carry of the night, and he's going to be close to a first down, about a yard shy. We'll bring up 3rd and 1. Nice run by Otto Eidsness for 9 yards. 24 rushes on the year, 25 yards coming in, a touchdown and a fumble for Eidsness, 6'1", 200-pound senior, first-year man for the Bobcats. As his dad back in Brookings on the Jackrabbit staff. Inside 6.5 to go. 3rd quarter, tight set. It's a Wildcat, heavy right to Bergen Tetzloff, hit and struggling forward, needed a yard and got 3. Ball at the 48. And Tetzloff gets up a little gingerly as well, limping on his right leg. So he's going to try to stay out there. Walk it off. Anderson back in there. They'll go to the traditional set. Ball at the 48. Just shy of midfield, a couple yards. 6 minutes to go here. Anderson moves back under center, wide right this time is the set. Tetzloff, the tight end to the right, eye backfield behind him. Hand off to the fullback Harris, looking for some room, struggling forward. Nice job driving the legs, gets to the 46. 6-yard gain will bring up 2nd and 4. Looked like he was going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage, found a little window and just kept the legs driving.
Again, yeah, he's another one too that, like you just said, looked like he wasn't going to get anything, maybe a yard, but just keeps driving his feet, puts his head down, shoulders down, and he's also a strong kid. Picked up 6 somehow on that carry.
Same set for the Bobcats. They've gone under center on this drive. With the quarterback, other than the Wildcat, they ran with Tetzloff. Handoff left side to Otto Eidsness, looking for some room, struggles forward for a couple, then pushed back. He got to the 44. Gain of a couple will bring up 3rd and 2. Well, Eidsness, first carries of the night on this drive. Might have been because Armenta came out and was hurt.
He's still laying down on one of the tables, so hopefully it's nothing too serious.
4:40 to go, third quarter. Bobcats, 3rd and 2 on the 44 of Roosevelt. Tight set, eye backfield. Hand off to Harris, left side. He's got the first down plus an extra couple to the 39. 5-yard gain on 3rd and 2. And they'll move the chain and the sticks for a fresh set of downs for the Bobcats. Ball at the 39 of Roosevelt as we come up on 4 minutes to play here, third quarter. Bobcats needed this on this drive to run some time. You get a long, sustained drive.
Exactly.
Control the ground game again. Bobcats, 1st and 10 on the 39 of Roosevelt. Eye backfield behind Anderson. He's going to hand it off and hit immediately as Otto Eidsness and taken down by Nevada Peltier-Smith. We're going to give him forward progress to the 44. That's a loss of 5 and brings up 2nd and 15.
Again, one of those plays that looked like Gavin was almost going to be tackled before he could even get that handoff. We've seen that a few times tonight when Roosevelt just gets through that Brookings offensive line, and Gavin's been able to get rid of that. That also was, it seemed like a second away from if he would have been tripped up before the handoff. Who knows how that could have ended. So yes, not what Brookings wanted with a 5-yard loss, but the fact that he was able to just get it off to Eidsness was a win for the Bobcats.
And the stretch plays seem like maybe not the way to go because that defensive front can get in there pretty quickly. There's the snap. So Anderson in trouble immediately right away. He was looking for a place to run, not even looking downfield, and he's taken down for a sack by Braxton Noble coming off the edge from his linebacker spot, and it's going to be 3rd and very long. Ball at the 50, back at midfield. They've got to get to the 29 for a first down. So 3rd and 21. See what the Bobcats come up with here. They're going to go to a pistol set, 4 wide. Tetzloff in the slot to the right, the short side of the field. To the right of Anderson in the pistol set. Schulte, the back behind him, back to pass. Going to look over the middle. Going for Kingston Schneider. It may have been picked off. Going to the turf to get it was Hayden Lucian. And it's a second interception of the night by the Roosevelt defense. Ball on the 28-yard line of Roosevelt as well. So the second turnover of the night. And Roosevelt, the momentum is firmly in their favor. Trailing 14-7, 2:22 to go. All of a sudden, this game looks very different. At halftime, it looked like everything was going, everything was going Brookings' way. They had momentum and looked like they were controlling this game. And a kickoff for a touchdown called back, but still gave the Roosevelt Rough Riders good field position, changed to this ball game. So back out there on offense, Wesley Workmeister and the offensive troops for Roosevelt. Gonna have two backs in the backfield with him. 3 wide, 2 to the right. And that's the far side of the field. Bringing a man in motion right to left. It's the snap, running the option left. And he's going to keep it across the 30, bang down at the 32. 4-yard gain. 2nd and 6 coming up. Coming up on 2 minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter. I'll say thanks to Anderson Insurance for being a sponsor of high school sports here on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. We'll see Grandpa Terry. 1:45 and counting to go in the 3rd quarter, 2nd and 6. Ball on the 32 of Roosevelt for the Rough Riders. They've got to get to the 37-yard line, 38-yard line rather. Fakes the handoff, running the option right. Late pitch, gets it to his man, runs forward for a gain of about a yard. That was number 44, Turner O'Brien. And it'll bring up 3rd and 5. Slow developing play, and the Bobcats were all over it.
Big third down here too. Brookings hasn't had anything going on offensively. Haven't had the ball a lot either with the time of possession now here in the second half that Roosevelt's had. But like you had mentioned, momentum is fully on Sioux Falls' side. So if Brookings can get a stop here to get the ball back would be huge for them.
4 wide, pistol set. 2 to either side for Workmeister. There's the snap. Quick throw out into the flat. Has his man, trying to make a man miss. DeHaan does make a couple of guys miss. Weaves his way for a 1st down plus an extra yard for 6 on 3rd and 5, and that'll move the sticks. And the Roosevelt Rough Riders keep their drive alive. Exactly what you were saying the Bobcats were trying to avoid there to try to get some momentum back. Roosevelt keeps the drive going. Ball on the 39. Inside a minute to go, 40 seconds to play here in the 3rd quarter. All of a sudden, we've got a tight one going on here inside Dana J. Dykehouse. In front of a big Brookings crowd for homecoming. Pistol set. High snap. Goes and gets it after a tip. Rolling to his left now is Workmeister. And he's going to be taken out of bounds at the 39-yard line. And it's about the line of scrimmage, so it'll be 2nd and 10 coming up. Not sure why he didn't just throw that away. Trying to make a play, the sophomore quarterback. And Workmeister having a little conversation with Stephen Anoski on the defense as well. Not sure what that was about. 20 seconds to go here. Clock stopped as he went out of bounds. We may have a Bobcats defender hurt laying on his own sideline. Hard to see with people in the way, but it looks like somebody's being tended to. Yeah, there is somebody lying on his back at about the 37-yard line in the white paint right in front of the Bobcats bench. Can't see who it is. They're getting him up now. And waiting to see his number. That's Jay Harris again. 2nd time he's been injured tonight. Slow to get up. Walking it off. It's like his right arm. Trying to work something out there. So it is 2nd and 10 on the 39 of Roosevelt for the Rough Riders. They fake the handoff, keeping it as the quarterback Workmeister out across the 45, taken down by Tetzlaff, who got him by the ankle. He's going to be a couple yards shy of the 1st down at the 47. They've got to get to the 49. And that'll be the end of the 3rd quarter. It'll be 3rd and 2. We'll flip ends and do it in the 4th quarter. Take a 60-second break. 14-7 Brookings. Roosevelt with a 3rd and 2, inching toward midfield. It's Bobcats football, powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Bobcats football powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill. Fourth quarter, 3rd and 2. Big down for the Bobcats defense. In the pistols, Workmeister, almost a high snap, and he hands it off to his running back. And he avoids a tackle by Tetzloff, spins away. May have gotten just enough for the first down. The runner was number 28, Lester Colapre. First carry on the night. They're going to give him the first down without measuring. That was pretty close. It looks like where the spot is. He got it by half a football. So the Rough Riders pick up a 3rd down once again. Keep the drive alive. Ball is about 3/4 of a yard short of midfield. 1st and 10 from there. Colapre, the back again, trips left, tight set for the wide receivers, one to the right. And on the exchange, they run into each other. The ball comes out. The Bobcats say they got on it, and they did. What a big play. The exchange between the quarterback, Workmeister, and Colapre, they just run into each other. The ball jarred loose, and I didn't see who fell on it, but it was one of the Bobcats' defenders.
And that's been a couple of times tonight. I feel like they've tried some sort of kind of trickery with the runs, and they just bumped into each other, or the snaps have been off, and that one right there was crucial as they weren't able to hand it off. Brookings needed that turnover to just stop all the momentum that Roosevelt had.
Again, going back to the pregame interview with head coach Jason Stahlberg, he said we've got to have a better rhythm than we've had on offense this year, and that's one of those plays where they were a little off, and it cost you the ball. So the Bobcats needed that badly. Leading 14-7, they get the ball back in plus territory on the 47 of the Rough Riders. 2 wide to the near side to the left of Anderson, hands it off, and the running back taken down immediately by several defenders. That was Armenta back in there. First one there was number 21, Aiden Wharton. 2nd and 10 coming up, no gain on the play. 11 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. I want to say thanks to Brookings School District for being a sponsor of high school sports here. This one turned into a good ball game. It looked like it could be a rout at halftime. Everything was looking like it was going Brookings' way. They're leading 14-0. Roosevelt gets a score. And it looked like they were driving. Finally, the Bobcats get the turnover. Kind of got a gift. 2 wide to the right of Anderson. Hands it off to Schulte. Schulte runs straight ahead, lowers his shoulder after cutting off the tackle. Taken down at the 44 by Hayden Lucian. Gain of about 3, 3rd and 7 coming up. Ball on the left hash at the 44. Got to get to the 37. 2 wide to the wide side of the field to the right of Anderson, who's in the shotgun with Armenta to his right. H-back right is Cash Sather. Tetzloff, the tight end, is left. There's the snap. Fake handoff. Anderson rolling to his right. Going to look for some yards to get himself. And the gap closed. He lowers his shoulder, taken out of bounds on the far sideline at the 42-yard line. A gain of a couple. Would bring up 4th and 5. They're going to bring in the punt unit and work the field position game. I think that's probably the right call here. Johnson going to come in to punt. He'll be standing at his own 43-yard line. I think it's Jaden Hansen deep for the Rough Riders. I can't see his number, but I think that's him. He's going to stand on his own about 14-yard line. The snap will come from the 42 of Roosevelt. Looking to try to pin him deep here. Here's the snap. And end-over-end kick, low. Bounces at the 26, across the 25, across the 20. Good, decent Bobcats bounce inside the 15, down at about the 13-yard line. That would be a 29-yard punt. Pins him inside the 15. Well, the Rough Riders have a way to go to try to come up with a score here. 9:14 to go, 4th quarter. Momentum still in favor of the Roosevelt Rough Riders. They got the ball back. They did turn it over on their previous possession. But they do hold and get the ball back. 1st and 10 on their own 13. Ball on the right hash. It was 14-0 at halftime. Only one score in the third quarter. That was Roosevelt. And we're at 14-7. In the pistol, Workmeister. It's a man in motion, right to left. Hands it off, left side. And lowering his shoulder is Xander Winter, picking up good yardage. Picked up 5 or 6 there. Going to give him the 19-yard line. And it'll be 2nd and 4. Gain of 6 there. Inside 9 to play, third quarter. Roosevelt choosing to keep it on the ground. I don't believe they've thrown it at all here in the second half. Or in this fourth quarter, rather.
Fourth quarter they have
Second
not.
half, third quarter they did. They had the touchdown pass. Handoff, again, right up the gut. Struggling for some good yardage. Gain of about 3 would bring up 3rd and a yard. There's Winter again on the run. 3rd and a yard coming up. Ball on the 17 rather. They've got to get to the 18. 8:15 to go, fourth quarter. Roosevelt sticking with the ground game here in the fourth quarter. 1 wide to either side. An H-back left and 2 running backs with him in the backfield. Workmeister, 1 to his right, 1 behind him. High snap, hands it off. Winter is going to pick up the first down and struggle forward to the 25. Gain of 3 on 3rd and 1. So Roosevelt continues to move the sticks. Tip of the ball right at the 25, near center of the field. Want to say thanks to Stony Brook Sweets for being a sponsor of high school sports on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Approaching 7 minutes and 30 seconds to play. 14-7. Bobcats with the lead, Roosevelt with the ball. In the pistol set, Workmeister, 3 wide. Takes the handoff, back to pass. We may have gotten a hold on that left edge, but nothing called. Gets it out to his man. He'll be spun around, taken down at the 30-yard line. Gain of about 5. They missed a hold on that with the left edge of the offensive line. As Canagator was coming around the edge, he just got spun around and nobody saw it.
I saw it.
Yeah, so did I. But that doesn't count.
Nope.
Even if I had a flag, I don't think I could get it down there from here. 2 wide, H-back left and right. In the pistol set, option right for Workmeister. Keeps it. And he's going to be taken down by Bergen Tetzloff after a gain of about 2 at the 32. It'll be 3rd and about 3 coming up here. They've got to get to the 35. Ball now on the right hash. Inside 6.5 to play, fourth quarter. 3rd and 3 coming up. Mason Mathis trying to get the home crowd into it. Jumping up and waving his arms like, come on, let's hear you. And they oblige. Hansen in motion right to left. They're going to option it left, give it to the counter to Hansen. And right there, Cash Sather stayed home. No gain on 3rd and 3. It'll bring up 4th down. Beautiful play by Cash Sather and the Bobcats defense.
And that was the play they tried to run that other time.
On the fumble.
Exactly, where it looked like it would have worked that time. But right there, excellent job by Cash to stay home and not get fooled by it. Huge 4th and 3 right here for Roosevelt.
Roosevelt offense stays out. They're coming up on 5.5 to play. They have 2 timeouts left. But they're going to try to get it here. Pistol, handoff, right side rather. The running back taken down immediately as Blake Canagator was there. On the carry was Xander Winter, but Blake Canagator right there helping him out was Phoenix Sather. And the Bobcats get off the field. They hold on 4th and 3. Big play for the Brookings Bobcats defense.
That's huge to now have the ball in the field that they do right now. With 5:28 to go, if you can run some more time off the clock and ultimately get out of here with at least 3 points to make it a 2-score game, would be huge for the Bobcats.
5:28 to go. Ball on the 32 of Roosevelt, since they went for it fairly deep in their own territory. Great field position for the Bobcats. 2 wide to the right of Anderson. Wide side of the field. He's in the shotgun with Armenta to his right. Harris, the H-back left. Tetzloff, the tight end, left as well. There's the snap. Hand off to Armenta. He's got some room. Lowers the shoulder. Spins off a tackle. Down inside the 25 to the 24. A gain of 8. Will bring up 2nd and 2. Nice run by Gus Armenta. He's going to come off quickly. And in is Ben Schulte as they're just going to shuffle the running backs. Keep them fresh. Schulte should be pretty fresh. I imagine we'll see probably him get a carry here, or maybe they'll go Wildcat. Nope, they've got Anderson out there. 5 minutes to go. Bobcats trying to salt this away, leading 14-7 in the fourth quarter. I want to say thanks to Century 21 Krogman and Company for being a sponsor of high school sports here. Cats in no hurry, 2nd and 2. Shotgun set. There's the snap. Hand off to Schulte. He's got the first down, lowers his shoulder across the 20, keeps the legs churning to the 19, a gain of 5. And it'll be a fresh set of downs for the Bobcats, 1st and 10 from the 19. Nice run by Ben Schulte. Found the hole quickly, got through there and lowered his shoulder and got some yards after contact.
And again, time now on Brookings' side. 4:28 left to go. You can run this down to about 4 minutes, and if you can just keep getting first down, you can get a couple more first downs here. Obviously, your second one would end in a touchdown, but still time in their favor, so they've got no hurry right now to snap the ball.
Coming up on 4 minutes to go here. Same set for the Bobcats. Shotgun, Anderson with Armenta back in there to his right as the running back. Here's the snap. Handed off to Armenta. He's taken down for a loss of a yard. There on the tackle was number 24, Braxton Noble. He's played well tonight defensively. Timeout on the field taken by the Roosevelt Rough Riders. Trying to save some clock here. 3:57 to go. 14-7 Brookings. 2nd and 11 for the
Sioux Falls,
Bobcats when we
Roosevelt.
come back.
Their
Bobcats
second timeout
football
of the
powered
half.
by Brookings Auto Mall, presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Bobcats football powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill. 3:57 to go. They're calling it a loss of 2, so 2nd and 12 coming up. Ball back on the 21. Going Wildcat. Tetzloff in the gun. Heavy left set, low snap. He hands it off to Harris, who's going to have a wide open field. And he's going to run it in from 21 yards out. What a beautiful play call for the Bobcats as they caught the Rough Riders napping. Harris only had one man to beat and an open field after that. And he gets his first touchdown of the year from 21 yards out. And it's 20-7 Brookings. Just caught him way off guard.
And again, that's excellent play calling there too, because we've seen it so many times. When Tetzloff gets that ball, your thought is, how do we stop him? So again, you don't really even think of him handing it off when he's had so many carries tonight. An excellent play call there, great touchdown run by Jay Harris. And like we mentioned, time was on Brookings' side, but they'll also take a touchdown like that any day of the week.
Substitution infraction on the defense. 12 players in formation.
On the field for the Rough Riders.
Half the distance to the goal.
So we'll have a man run off. And the Bobcats, will they decide to go for 2, or do they still want to kick it? Cash Sather is saying, decline it, we'll just kick it like normal. We'll see what the Bobcats decide here.
Brookings has elected to decline the distance penalty.
Bobcats decline it, and they'll just kick it. If you move it closer, you almost feel compelled to go for 2, but smart move by the Bobcats, not tempting themselves. Well, we'll try the extra point. Candigator to snap. Hanson the hold. The kick for Johnson is good. 21-7. Back to a 2-score game. The Bobcats lead late in this one. 3:50 to go in the fourth quarter. Back with the kickoff next. This is Bobcats football, powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Bobcats football on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. 3:50 to go after that 21-yard touchdown scamper on the beautiful play call for the Bobcats. They looked like they were running. Well, they ran the Wildcat, but instead of Tetzloff keeping it, he handed it off to Jay Harris, who ran out to an open field, made one man miss, and got a touchdown from 21 yards out to make it a 2-score game. Johnson has it teed up on the 40, where he'll kick it back right to left with a decent wind at his back. The deep men are at the 12-yard line. Guessing they're not going to kick it deep. They kick it a little deep. Bounces at the 22 and picked up at the 19. And it is Jaden Hansen breaking tackles and showing good speed and shiftiness. That's why you don't want the ball in his hands.
Now it makes sense the first half why they didn't kick it to him, as we've seen here in the second half.
Out to the 33. That's about a 12-yard return, but looked like it could have been more. He's dangerous. Hold your breath when he's got the ball when you're a Bobcats fan. We're going to go 3 wide receivers to the right of Workmeister. He'll be in the pistol. That's the near side of the field. All at the 33. The Rough Riders go to the air, trailing by 2 scores. Under 4 minutes to go. Rolling to his right, Workmeister steps up and almost picked off, but I might have been caught. It was caught at the 40. Jay Harris got a hand on it. And then coming down with it was Tucker DeHaan, just stayed with it. He's at the 39, they're going to put it. So that's going to be gain of 6. Well, it should have been incomplete, almost picked off. Harris got a hand on it, couldn't bring it down. Somehow DeHaan comes up with it. Pistol set, 3 wide to the left side. Throwing and hit as he threw it this time. And almost picked off, should have been. Went right through the hands of Mason Mathis, who almost looked like he didn't see it till it was right on him maybe. But it was a perfect pass right to Mathis, and he can't come up with it. Was that Cannigator who got the hit on the quarterback? I believe it was. And he hit him just as he threw it, almost created the turnover. 3rd and 4 coming up here after the incompletion. That would have all but done it right there. Same set for Roosevelt. Workmeister in the pistol. It's a quick throw. Now he's going to keep it and roll to his right and look for some room. He's going to have a first down, and he's out of bounds at the 46. A gain of about 7 there. And it moves the sticks, keeps the drive alive, stops the clock as well. 3:05 to go in the 4th quarter. Roosevelt Rough Riders drive remains alive. They would have gone for it on 4th anyway, but they pick it up on 3rd. 3:05 to go. Clock is stopped as he ran out of bounds. 2 wide, 1 to either side, and H-back left for Workmeister. He's going to hand it off. And the running back taken down by Blake Cannigator. Picks up about 2. And on the run, again, was Lester Colapre, his 2nd rush of the night. And we've got 2:50 to go. Clock still running. A curious play call there. They go 3 left, 3 wide left. The wide side of the field to the left of Workmeister. 1 wide to the near side to his right. He's in the pistol. Here's the snap. Looking to his left. Throws out into the flat. And taken by Hansen, who's hit immediately by Mason Mathis. And Hansen is hurt. He took a shot. He lost about 3. And he's still on the turf. Gets up slowly. Now he's going to get up. That one may have just knocked the wind out of him. He took it right to the bread basket.
Yeah, those ones are tough when you're just one waiting to catch the ball, and it didn't have a whole lot on it, so it took a little while to get to him. So not only are you making sure you catch it, but then the second you do catch it, you just get lit up.
You're relying on your teammates to set up a wall for you out there so you can make the catch cleanly and try to get upfield, but Mathis blew that one up. Big hit. 3rd and 11 coming up. 2:10 and counting to go. A snap here, and they fake the handoff, going option left. Workmeister going to be taken down on the far sideline. Was that Eidsness with the tackle? I believe that was Otto Eidsness out there hustling to make the tackle. And it'll be 4th and long. As the clock is stopped, they're going to take A timeout are the Roosevelt Rough Riders. 4th and 11 when we come back. Ball on their own 45 for Roosevelt. A minute
Timeout.
53 to go.
Sioux Falls,
This is
Roosevelt.
Bobcats football, powered by
final
Brookings
timeout of the
Auto Mall
half.
and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Bobcats football on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. A couple curious play calls for the Rough Riders on this possession. With time dwindling down, they've run one right up the middle. They tried an option left there.
Yeah,
You got to take some shots down the field, get some chunk plays.
that's what I mean. 2-score game too. Even if it was a 1-score game, I think it'd still be
Questionable,
questionable. But
left
still,
though.
two-score game. I mean, running the ball, the clock, the time's not in your favor. It is for Brookings, so they're by no means upset with the play calls. But you're going to have to, I'm assuming, like we see here, take some shots downfield.
Got one downfield there to DeHaan at the 40. He turns it upfield, gets to the 34-yard line. 21-yard gain. He moves the sticks, and he's got them in plus territory, the 34-yard line of the Bobcats. And it's kind of an off-balance throw. They talk about quarterbacks throwing different arm angles. He went a little sidearm there. Got it downfield. Nice looking pass. Quick pass out to DeHaan in the flat. Bobbles it, comes up with it, runs forward, taken down near the far sideline, inbounds. Nice job by the Bobcats defense to keep the clock running. That was Cash Sather on the tackle. A minute 20 and counting to go. 2nd and 9 coming up. Just had a play downfield, and it worked. Why not keep that going?
I know, especially now you're down to a minute 2-score game. You've really got to start throwing it deep in hopes of either a completion or
Option left, and it's a pitch, and taking it across the 30 to the 29 was Jaden Hansen, or was that, I think it was Winter, excuse me. Xander Winter, number 18, not number 88. We're at 40 seconds and counting here. Roosevelt, again, just keep calling curious plays. Takes the handoff, play action, rolling to his right, almost falling down as he avoids Anoski, setting up at the 34 and throwing it into the end zone. It's going to be picked off. Jones Hunnemer with his 3rd interception of the season. The intended receiver was number 12, Alex Rakituo, caught a touchdown earlier. But Jones Hunnemer takes it away and crushes any faint hope that Roosevelt had. 27 seconds to go. Jones Hunnemer shuts this one down.
And that's what Roosevelt needed to do. Obviously, I think they probably could have done something like that the whole drive. Obviously not how they wanted it to end, but you're at least still taking a shot. You do come away and score on that, and then you have a chance for the onside kick. So, again, that's what they needed to do that drive, but excellent play there by Jones Hunnemer to get the interception and seal a homecoming victory for the Bobcats.
Gavin Anderson in victory formation, kneels it down, and that will do it. 21-7 will be the final in this one. The Bobcats improve to above 500. They are now 3-2 on the season, and the Roosevelt Rough Riders fall to 0-5 on the road here at homecoming for the Brookings Bobcats. We'll take a break here. We'll give our thoughts on the game. We'll get some unofficial stats from Alec Johnson. We'll talk with head coach of the Bobcats, Carter Gordon. Maybe give some scores, and we'll pick our Outlaw Graphics Player of the Game before closing up shop here. And Player of the Game gets a t-shirt that says Player of the Game on it from Outlaw Graphics. We'll do that before closing up shop here from Dana J. Dykehouse Stadium. The final 21-7, Brookings wins on homecoming night over the Roosevelt Rough Riders. Back in 4 minutes. You're listening to Bobcats football, powered by Brookings Auto Mall and presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.